Entertainment is dead. It is a dying industry. Human culture is just completely fucked. Everybody's just gonna be a bored, stimulated, brainwashed zombie for the rest of our lives. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching this. Hit subscribe. But no, really. Bebop, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean entertainment is dead? Well, my little fluffykins, you might think that people are always gonna want entertainment as technology and human quality of life improves. People are gonna want to sort of enjoy their existence as we inevitably have to focus less and less on fundamentals like food, shelter, medicine, whatever. And you would be wrong. I know why it seems intuitive and it seems logical to think that, but it's not. What the fuck am I talking about? Well, you got the pyramid of values, right? You've got at the bottom, you got like food, shelter, a little bit higher than that, you got like medicine, and then you got industry and whatever. The higher you get on the pyramid of values, the more luxurious these sort of things on the pyramid get, but the less essential they also get. And at the very peak of the pyramid, you got art, entertainment, human creation. Why is it dying though? Why is it dead? Why do I keep saying that it's dead? Well, as time goes on and people become more and more competitive in an industry, in any industry, that industry, first off, starts to improve its sort of final product in order to remain competitive, right? Okay, basic shit. Well, congratulations, Bebop Sherlock. You're a genius. That's not what I'm getting at. Hang on. Jingle, jingle. I'm jingling keys. I don't have keys right now. Keep your pants on. I know your short little fucked up attention span brain can't handle listening to like a video that doesn't have like stimulations and amaranth's titties or whatever in it. Maybe I'll lick the mic a few times for you, I guess, if you want. I'm not going to tell you when it's going to happen though, so you have to watch the entire video. So as these industries improve, initially you might think that's a good idea. Oh, what ends up happening is markets become more saturated as people want to get into them, and in order to remain competitive, you have to make a better product. You have to make a product that's better than what already exists, or different than already exists, or sort of fill a hole in the market. And you would be sort of right, yeah, that's kind of true. That's how you would start off if you were going into a saturated market. But big fucking thick but, yeah, that keeps your attention, doesn't it? I know you like doom scrolling short form slop and sending it to your friends as they leave likes on them, pretending to have actually watched them. I know exactly what you're doing. So yeah, jingle jingle, keys jingling. Oh, attention. Subway Surfers, coins, Subway Surfer. Right. Yeah, so obviously I'm dicking around in this video, but you see what I'm dicking around with. You see what I'm getting at. The entertainment industry is dead because as these markets become more saturated, as these products improve, they improve in ways that you do not expect them to improve. And somewhere along the line, people discovered that the primary reason, the core reason that people consume entertainment is not to enjoy it or to appreciate a good piece of human creation, but it is in fact primarily done for stimulation, as a drug, as sort of to get a high, right? Shooting your brain up with dopamine. And people started cracking down on that. People have been cracking down on it for decades, but now it's like going really, really hardcore. Jingle, jingle, keys jingling, titties. And you might be wondering, okay, why? Why is that even a bad thing? Some of you might be asking, why is that a bad thing? You ever play a really great fucking video game or watch a really great movie and then you feel great afterwards? You finish your annual rewatch of the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended cut and you're like, man, that was one hell of a ride. You finish Elden Ring. You finish playing Elden Ring and the credits roll and you're like, man, that was one hell of a ride. Not only did you feel great playing them and watching them, but you're gonna remember Lord of the Rings or Elden Ring or something like that. You're gonna remember that stuff for the rest of your life. You don't remember any of the shorts. When this kind of content is consumed, and remember I haven't licked the microphone yet, so it's coming, I promise, just wait. I have a very moist tongue, you're not gonna want to miss that. But yeah, when this kind of content is consumed, it doesn't only give you sort of a sense of pleasure and a dopamine release, it does, but it also gives you this sort of sense of fulfillment and happiness when you consume it in moderation. Obviously, playing too much video games, watching movies all the time is gonna make you fucking miserable, but watching the entire, like, what's the runtime of the extended Lord of the Rings trilogy, you still feel great after like 9 hours, 10 hours worth of movie. Whereas you feel like you probably deserve to die after doom scrolling for like 2 minutes. And I fall into this, I doom scroll. I don't want anybody to get the idea like I'm acting like I'm better than anybody. However, I have sort of a tendency to avoid this content, which realistically most people aren't going to do that. Whenever I catch myself doom scrolling, I just delete all social media for 2 weeks. It kind of resets my brain and I make the effort of anytime I want entertainment, I go and I play a game. I make the effort to get off my ass and sit down and play a game or watch a movie. Playing games and watching movies used to be considered easy, but no, now that's the hard thing, because now you need to, in a video game, you need to put in effort. You need to sit down, turn on the computer. It's not instant gratification, and you need to do something in the game in order to get that sort of stimulation. With doom scrolling or with OnlyFans or whatever, that's not it. You could say make a like I just played Doom the Dark Ages, this game, you're seeing it right now. Doom the Dark Ages, while yeah, I know people are comparing it to the last game, Doom Eternal, and it's not as good as Doom Eternal, I agree, but it's still a fantastic fucking game. It's still a phenomenal game. It only pales in comparison to like the best FPS of all time, which is Doom Eternal, the last one, but it's still awesome. I'm still going to remember this game forever. And it's a great game, it's popular, but it does not possess a fraction of the popularity of those bullshit video games that you see, those mobile games on the ads that are like, oh, woman, bad woman, I try to talk to woman, but she shoot laser at me and reduce me to level 1 from level 4, and now I have to level up again to fight with bigger number with smaller her number and get big swords so I can kill her in the end, which I think that's what those games are about. I don't know. I never played them. I'm a degenerate. I'm not that big of a degenerate. Or you could make good YouTube content, but or just be a good content creator, a good live streamer. It's not going to be as successful or make you as much money as OnlyFans, right? Another form of degeneracy, another form of stimulation. There are some short form content creators that I really like, that really make good stuff, that are really funny, and they can tell a full story and a enjoyable piece of content in this short form video. But it's never going to be as popular as the slop of like AI generated image of a mountain posted as a video. But if you squint your eyes, it's actually a guy's with his balls out or something. It's not going to be as stimulating as that. That's sort of the point of the title of this video. Entertainment is dead. Microphone lick coming soon. Get ready for it. Pull your pants down. Entertainment is dead because it's slowly becoming, the entertainment industry is dying because it's slowly becoming and being replaced by the stimulation industry, which is something completely different. And it really saddens me because it does feel like humanity is headed towards this thing where culture and art just doesn't exist anymore, and everybody is just a brainwashed, retarded zombie watching a fucking AI generated goth girl jiggle her ass with horrible music in the background. That short form bullshit that's always like, short form content always manages to find the worst music to put, and then a little Subway Surfers gameplay thing in the bottom, and you're just there drooling looking at it, and it just makes you feel miserable in the end. Now, I myself am a delusional, highly functional delusional, although to be fair, wannabe YouTuber, but still delusional. And I've been doing YouTube for 2.5 years. This isn't my main channel, and I'm primarily making good shit, and I'm watching stuff, I'm watching content creators that I enjoy, whatever. And this morning, kind of what was the straw that broke the camel's back was, this morning I saw a video that Ludwig posted where he showed this guy who was talking about how he's basically printing money. That's how the original guy who posted it titled it. And what he's basically doing is he's growing these channels and showing you how to get around all these ways that YouTube might ban you for being a spam account. He shows you all these ways that he gets around it, and he shows you all this money that he makes, and then he hires an editor to do it for him, and then he makes more money and hires another editor and another channel and another channel, making tens of thousands a month potentially. Absolute slop content, right? Making tens of thousands of dollars and creating absolutely fucking nothing of value. And this guy that was doing it, like, to his credit, the guy that was doing it, he was smart, right? He was like, he figured this out, he pieced this together, he did tell you that yes, you are going to need to put in some effort into making this work. This isn't just something that's like, oh, instantly, but after a while you can fully automate it and you can make passive money off of it, is basically what I'm getting at. And he was also kind of delusional because he was saying that you need to make it like somewhat transformative or whatever, but no, the shit that he was making was not transformative at all. It was just stolen content. It was just he hires editors to take random videos, remove the audio, put some text on the screen, put some shitty music in the background, and that's it. That's what he calls transformative. I don't know why those editors work for him. I don't know why they don't just do that on their own channels, but hey, who the fuck knows? I guess what I'm getting at is being somebody who makes this stuff like for fun, for passion, who enjoys making stuff, right? Like my content is to an extent not complete slop, right? This is slop, sure. This post is just me ranting into a microphone, although it's way less slop than the other thing that you would have been watching if you weren't watching this, if you were like fucking watching fake America's Got Talent reactions or whatever, like or dramatic clips from movies and old TV shows from like medical hospital dramas or whatever. You're welcome. You're welcome. But being passionate about making this stuff and trying to make things that are good, and having grown up with people that actually made really good content, I see a sort of seemingly inevitable future that I don't want, but I think there's no stopping it at this point, where people are just nothing more than brainwashed zombies. Nothing more than entertainment doesn't exist. Everything is just constant stimulation. I feel so cringe to saying this, but literal fucking brain rot. It's not looking fun. There might be some degree of silver lining to this. One thing that I've noticed is in recent years, at least for the time that I have been doing YouTube, there has been some seeming pushback towards this, and that pushback being long-form content is getting longer, and there's a trend towards like 40-minute, 20-minute, and in some cases even 40-minute plus videos. And the reason for this, I think, is people used to like force out 8-minute videos, because in case anybody doesn't know, that's when YouTube allows you to put an ad, not just at the beginning, but also in the middle of a video. So you basically make, in an 8+ minute video, you make ad revenue. A 4-minute video would have been more advisable maybe to optimize your views back in the day, like 5 years ago. But now it's like, but people would draw it out to 8 minutes because it paid off more, I guess, for the ad revenue, for whatever. Because you had to optimize the people that actually clicked on your video because they want to watch it, the people that made the conscious decision to be there, and the people that are watching it for dope stimulation, the people that are just there for a high. And I think what short form did for YouTube in particular is it sort of seemingly separated the audiences. So now all the shorts junkies are mindlessly scrolling, right? When you're subconsciously clicking on YouTube, and everybody is a shorts junkie. Again, not pretending to be better than anybody here. I just, delete my social media whenever I find myself making myself miserable by doing that miserable thing known as doom scrolling. I sound like a fucking self-help guru, but this is really what I believe. I think it's sad, it's miserable. I think doom scrolling is just like, I don't think a chronic doom scroller's brain is any more well-adjusted than that of a gambler or something, than that of a chronic gambler. But yeah, silver lining, right. It's seemingly separated the audiences, so if you do want to just watch long-form content, you can, but it's not going to give you the same stimulation, that's the problem. And realistically, most people are going to get addicted, right? This is going to make me sound arrogant as fuck, but like, if you're like me and you actively avoid this kind of content, you actively avoid short-form content, shitty, like basically brain highs, and whenever you sort of like, I don't know if relapse is the right word, or just like whenever you fall into like doom scrolling or playing shitty mobile games or whatever, I just take a step back. But if you're like me, if you do that as well, you can't just expect the average person to do that. People will always seek the highest amount of pleasure for the least amount of pain. It's gonna make you feel like shit, it's gonna make you not enjoy anything in life, and not able to enjoy anything in life because this fantastic work of cinema that was just released in the year 2034, you find boring because your brain is so overstimulated you can't enjoy it. You can't enjoy a good game, you can't enjoy not just entertainment, you can't enjoy fucking going outside, because why would you? It's more pain, more effort, you have to put on shoes, you have to go outside, you have to walk. It's more pain for less pleasure. But pleasure is not happiness. And if you want advice, go fuck yourself. I'm a degenerate, like I said, delusional, and many other things along with that. They had a rat and they had a thing attached to his brain that shot dopamine at it, that basically triggered dopamine, and it was like a lot of dopamine for very little pleasure. And this rat would push the button and get dopamine. You also get dopamine from eating. But here's the fucking problem. They gave the rat food and the rat fucking starved because he didn't want to get up and get the food, because he just spent days and days staying in place pressing the button all the time. And this degenerate shit, right, like the examples that I gave, mobile games, OnlyFans, porn in general, short form content, it's all exactly like this button, and we just can't stop pushing it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you want to watch content that's not shit, obviously shameless plug, click over to my main channel, I'll link it. Just like an OnlyFans model scamming her OnlyFans? I am hilarious, saying that she's gonna show her titties, but never actually does. I will do the exact same thing, and I am not actually going to lick the mic. Fuck you, subscribe.